I worked on Thor, and I worked on the original first two Iron Man movies. And obviously, not all Marvel movies look exactly the same. Some have a big, high, shiny gloss look to them. Some look very different. That's what's going to happen with Skibidi. Skibidi is going to have episode 80 and beyond. Those will all be produced in SFM. We'll have the Emergence series, which is going to be produced in Unreal. A few things to note. In the last 28 days, for those of you that are in our CMS, which a handful of you are, not everyone in the call is, but a handful of you are in the CMS right now. Our views, at least from what we can monitor in terms of where your views are up more than 22% over the last 28 days, which is great. Watch time, which is what I really care about, watch time is up 31% over the last 28 days, which is great. So, I know people are kind of saying, "Oh, we're posting too much," or what's going on? Why are we posting so many things here? We got to post. Everybody's got to post. The more we post, the more views go up. The more views go up, the more opportunity there is for all of us in the process of this. And what we're seeing so far is that the views are going up over the last 28 days, which is great. And we're going to continue on in building on that momentum here. Skibidi Emergence, which is the new series, the next episode is going to drop a week from Sunday, or a week from Saturday, rather. So that new episode is coming. And what I can tell you guys, and what I said to you last time we all talked, and just to kind of reiterate, we're going to start to give you guys a decent heads up of what's coming. So for those of you that are animating or getting ready for stuff, we want you to know what's going on. It doesn't benefit us if we keep you in the secret. So moving forward, I really want to make sure you understand the big plot moves and what's happening. And I will tell you right now that the next episode of Emergence, which is coming, again, not this weekend, but a week from this weekend, Titan Speakerman is finally coming back, which I think will be a big deal for the fans. And we're pretty excited about it. So to be clear, Titan Speakerman is coming back in the next episode. There's been lots of questions. Also, just a few things. A lot of you guys have been reaching out to me directly, and which is great. I'm old and old-fashioned, so forgive me. Dylan's got me on Discord, but the reality is if you send me a message here, I don't know how to respond to it. I'm like your grandparents or your mom and dad or whatever it is. Like, I don't really know how to use Discord, so I'm here right now, but don't send me messages on Discord because I won't find it. Honestly, the easiest place to find me is on Instagram. So if you reach out to me, and a lot of you have, and I've been in direct conversation with a lot of you on Instagram, I would encourage you, for those of you who have reached out to me, please keep reaching out to me. It's where I get smart about this. Also, there's some language barriers with some of you, and it's just an easy place for us to text back and forth. But reach out to me, talk to me, ask me your questions, tell me your concerns. That conversation is really important for me, and it's how I get smart. So to be clear, this is something that I believe you guys are the architects of, and we're really simply here to support the process of it. And it's all being led by Alexi. The fans have been saying, "Oh, Alexi's dead," or we've got Alexi, trapped in a basement. He's tied up to electrodes. He's not involved. We've got a gun to his head. He's writing with AI. None of that is true. Alexi is as involved as he's ever been in the process. But I think there was some miscommunication. Alexi is not directing every episode of Emergence. Alexi has stepped up where he is now the executive producer of the series. Alexi's taking on a lot more responsibility. As you guys know, and now I have a great appreciation for how difficult it is to actually bring this animation to life, in a constant manner. I don't know how you guys do it. It is. I thought it was easier than it actually was. And now that we are involved with the production part of it, I realize how labor intensive, time intensive, and how much imagination it takes to get there. So I was worried that Alexi was going to burn out because while the quality of the episodes certainly remained, it was definitely something that was becoming taxing on him. So over the last couple of months, Alexi and I have done a lot of talking, and I really explained to him that, in order for him to really become the kind of animator, the kind of director that I believe he has the possibility to continue to develop into, that he needs to bring on a team and resources to help him with that. It's a hard thing to kind of give over some of your day-to-day responsibilities. A lot of us feel like it's just easier to do it ourselves than to tell someone else to do it. And I know this because, as you guys know, my business partner is Michael Bay, the filmmaker. And when Michael started making movies, he was only like 26 years old. He was a music video director prior to that. And he would get on the set and he wanted to operate the camera. He wanted to be the editor. He wanted to be the director. He wanted to do everything, because growing up in music videos, it was just easier for him to just, all right, I can't explain to you what I want with the shot. Just give me your camera. I'll do it. I don't know what the cut is. Just let me sit at the computer. I'll do it. And the studios rightfully were like, no, you can't do every job. You've got to learn to collaborate. That's kind of what happened with Alexi. Over the last couple months, I've been encouraging him to really learn how to collaborate, to learn how to trust a team, and to build a group of people around him. And we've been putting the financial resources into it to make sure that this thing can start to really scale appropriately. Because what can't happen is we can't do videos every 3 months, every 4 months. It's just not sustainable. And while the most important thing and the most important objective in what we're doing here is we want to have fun with this. We want the audience to have fun with this. We want this to be something that, is just kind of cool and great entertainment. But it's also a business for many of us. And I really want it to be a business for those of you that see this as an opportunity to, to invest more time and energy on this. And the Alliance is meant to be a mutually beneficial alliance. It is meant to be something where we are in service of making sure that you guys have the access and the resources. So to reiterate, reach out to me. If there's something that you have questions about or concerns about, call and tell me. If I don't know the answer, I'll get back to you and tell me. 2, have patience with us. We and Alexi are trying really hard to make sure that we deliver something great. That first episode that was released is good. It's not great. It's going to be better. We're going to continue to make it better. It was surprising to hear how much concern there was about SFM, and I, as I said before, I just want to reiterate, like, SFM's not going anywhere. We're just expanding, and in TV show making, filmmaking, franchise building, there's always going to be different production tools and pipelines and aesthetics, and we need to embrace that. It's not something that we can be nostalgic for. We need to be kind of like hip to the fact that by shifting some of the series to a more robust animation pipeline with Unreal, that'll allow us to start to create a creative library for you, where we can start to share 3D models for those of you that are interested in kind of doing work outside of SFM. We want to be able to give you guys the latest and greatest 3D models that we have, and be able to share that with you so that you have a file that you can go into, and everything can look consistent across the board. We can't do that with some of the terms of service with Source Filmmaker. What else do we need to talk about? We talked about the fact that over the last 28 days, we're seeing the views go up by 30%. Great. Let's do that again next month. If we can get the views up again next month by another 30%, that's up 60%. We do that over another month, that's up considerably. So we are going to come back with a vengeance here. And it is really, really, really important that everyone just kind of stays the course. People are, some fans, the general fan sentiment is pretty solid. The hardcore fan sentiment is concerned. They believe that Alexi's gone and that we're not paying attention. Just to reiterate, so you guys can help us, he's not gone. He's very much involved. He's going to be directing. We're going to be doing a handful of arcs, story arcs at ARC throughout the course of the year. And the goal is Alexi will direct a handful of basically like very, very, very special episodes that are coming. So we're always going to be building to these special event episodes that Alexi will actually direct, will promote, and hopefully will become, kind of bigger event moments for us. And then Alexi, as I said last time, is now in development on a series that we're doing. Again, people thought it was Emergence. It's not Emergence. Alexi's in development on a series that we're working with him on to take off of YouTube. I can't say where it's going to be. You can use your imagination, but we're working with Alexi to develop something that is going to be something that he's directing, that is going to be in the Skibbity universe, that's going to be off YouTube. So the SFM 80 is coming next week. The next episode of Emergence is coming. That's the return of Titan Speaker Man. Emergence is going to continue to come on a much more frequent basis. You're going to see more episodes of Emergence because we want to get that kind of solidified with the audience here. And I think there's a lot of other stuff that's going on. Reach out to me on Instagram. Let me listen to you guys. If you guys want to comment on Discord or Reddit about what's happening or your concerns about where we're at and what Invisible is doing, whatever you guys need. I don't want Invisible to ever be anything other than an ally for you. And we're not going to get everything right in the beginning of it. And so if we get punched in the face or fans want to say we don't know what's going on or whatever it is, in a way, that's the best thing that can happen because that's how we learn. So obviously, it's nicer when people say nice things about us. But if people are going to say, I don't like this or what happened here, or they don't know what's going on, actually, that's fine. It's good for us to listen to what's going on. And the key is we're listening. The last thing is I want to figure out how, for those of you that are kind of doing this more full-time, how we can help you guys make more money. And we're starting to, and some of you we've reached out to for special projects, whether it's to create some bespoke animation for us or to come on to some other teams or do some modeling work for us or promotion work for us or advertising. If you're interested in more kind of assignments, more, work that's going on, please reach out to me or Dylan and let us know so that we can actually kind of figure out what are the best things that we can go back to you with and find other ways for you guys to, to A, help us, and B, for us to see you guys make more money. Dylan, anything else that I need to go over or talk about?
I just, real quickly to clarify something, there was a question, is Titan Speaker Man coming in Skibbity Toilet 80 or Emergence 2? So I just wanted to clarify that.
I can't speak to 80, but these two storylines will eventually connect. It's a little bit of what's happening right now is they're running somewhat concurrently. It is not a multiverse or a parallel universe. They are definitely connected universes here. So he's coming back in Emergence, and I can't comment yet on 80 just because there's a lot of things that aren't locked right now at this point. But just know he's coming in Emergence is the first one. Any other questions?
Yeah, who will be animating episode 80 for SFM?
That's who asked that question? I just hear a voice of God.
Chasing Skyler.
Hey, Chase. Unclear for me to be able to give you the information yet. I don't want to be coy about it. I just don't have it to reveal. What I'm trying to find the balance of is because this is normally, if we were just making a movie or a TV show together, I would tell you guys absolutely everything. The problem is all of you have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers. So when I say something, I've got to be very careful to make sure that I'm giving you the information and that you have everything you need to be able to advance your channel. And at the same time, that we're not revealing something too early in our process. So if you can ask me the question the next time we get on the phone, maybe I can update you a little bit further on that. What I will say though, Skylar, is that unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on that's Dylan's dog. Just so you guys know, like he's a great dog, and every morning we wake up to him barking. What I will say is that the days of all of us being able to do this as a single one man show of someone who's animating on their own and designing the models on their own and doing sound effects and editing and posting on their own, I think that's probably going to become less rare. So there will almost always, at least for the stuff that we're producing, will always be a fairly robust team that's behind it. It's not because we don't like making things more scrappy or independently. Uh, we do. I mean, obviously, from a budget standpoint and from a creative standpoint, that's the best way to do it. It's just not sustainable. And I want to make sure we're building a pipeline for all of the kind of creative architects that are a part of this, and you guys too, where people don't burn out, people don't feel like it's diminishing returns. I want to get to the place where we can really start to rely on being able to scale this up so that the episodes can not just be more frequent, but also be longer, and to see the storytelling expand significantly on this. So there, in episode 80, it will definitely be an SFM. I just don't, there won't be one person who's doing it. There will certainly be a team of people behind it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
And I think just based upon what Adam has said, guys, if you have any questions on, what episode 80 is going to be like and so forth, like he said, ask us next time we chat, because we are, as he said, kind of still getting some things in place. So
What else? Any other questions? Doesn't even have to be about. It doesn't have. It could be anything. It could be about the state of the movie business, the creator economy, the
Okay,
why is an old.
hello everyone. Sorry, it's my phone because my computer some way is turned off. So okay, so basically the main problem is the approach, is the storytelling, is the exposition. Everything in Emergence is bad, is so bad. Like I don't know. You see my last 3 videos, but I explain everything what it's not right in Emergence. It's not just about Unreal Engine. It's not just about I don't know, animation. It's about the atmosphere, the storytelling, because there's no logic. Like it's made for, I don't know, 3 years old, not for viewers that want to see something serious. Because every person in that Emergence speak like very straight, and there is no mysterious. Characters are died like in one shot. The TV man is died in one shot, but in 79 episodes there is no TV man died. Like anything that showed in Emergence have no logic and not connected with SFM. There is no way the involved by Alexei. There is no way he would do that. Like, and the compilation, the shorts, the also it's not the Fugboom channel anymore. It seems like that because in past, every video on the Fugboom channel was masterpiece. Like, but now it seems to be like weekly mediocre quality videos. It seems like that. And what I want to say, so the main problem is it seemed to be like Alexei doesn't do anything at all. It's not. He can, I don't know, involve, but not enough.
Was that Iron Cameraman?
Yeah.
Hey, dude. By the way, I liked your videos that you posted over the last week or so. and obviously they were critical, and you were kind of asking more questions than not, which is good. I mean, there should be, the great thing about entertainment is there should be fans and there should be critics, and you have the possibility to be someone that can be a great voice of helping to guide the creative process, knowing that when you have a big audience, you have responsibility. And I actually was a fan of those videos. I thought they were great, and I watched them online, and then a few of you guys sent them to me on Instagram, and I saw them that way as well. Um, how many episodes of Emergence has come out so far?
Oh, one. You mean in public? One.
And how often is it that on one video everything that's taking place? Not that often. So what I would say is, like, just hang with us on this. I think you'll start to see an improvement as things start to move forward. Alexei is very much in a different seat than what he has normally been in before, and you got to give him a little bit of and understand that, like, if all of a sudden somebody came to your channel because you were doing really well, and now all of a sudden somebody's going to be editing and doing your channel, it's still your voice and all of this, like, it probably would take a little bit of time for you to start to get that person to get your voice right, and to be able to really be able to make sure that they were doing exactly as you mean, and as you say. So if I would just say, like, there's an expression you guys have heard that Rome wasn't built in a day. It's one video so far. So be critical. That's fine. I actually, I just want to continue to say, like, I obviously, I really think it's important that this community is an honest community, and it's a supportive community. And what I know is that when people are making critique of it, like what you did in your videos, I know it comes from a place of you actually really loving the franchise, not trying to do anything other than just being rageful because you just want it to be fantastic. And so I look at it as a sign of encouragement to be like, great, these are very passionate people that have a big audience that are looking for us to do our best work, and all we want to do is do our best work. So I would just say, like, I hear you on it, and you certainly made a lot of noise on it, which is good. And stick with us, and hopefully the next episode gets a little bit better, and the next episode after that gets a little bit better, and the next episode after that gets a little bit better. But remember, when Alexei posted his first video of this, nobody looked at the very first video of Skibidi Toilet and said, "Oh my God, this is a masterpiece of storytelling." It started as a meme and became this much more robust franchise and series. It took time to get there. Same thing with Emergence. So again, as I said, like, if you'll just give us a little bit of patience, not asking you to sugarcoat what you're saying about it, but hang in there with you and know that you're in dialogue with us. Like, we're listening to what you're saying, and we're taking the feedback and using that, not to say like, oh, we disagree, but to say, all right, great, make us smart about this, help us get better by it.
The problem is, like, how you can see, like, the haters will hate. Like, I mean, there's no problem like in a new era in Unreal Engine or something like that. The problem is approach. The problem is the team who writing storytelling, because how I can see they don't understand the obvious things, like the basics. It's mean they didn't even see the actually Skibidi movie, like all serious, because everything what showed in Emergence is bad, not just because animation or just even storytelling, is because it's bad in editing, in exposition, in everything. Like, it seemed to be like, I don't know, created by 2 years old. I know, like, if you don't see the difference maybe between actual series and Emergence, that's very bad for like future of Skibidi. I mean,
Let me ask you a question.
yeah.
I heard you, what you said. What did you hear me say?
You said like in future it will be better, like, but my point is that it's
Did I ask? I'm asking a question. Did I say that episode was perfect?
no, but
No. So what I
actually,
said what I said was that last episode is something that we're going to continue to do better on. So what I'm asking is like I hear your criticism and I appreciate that you say it was made by a 2-year-old. It wasn't, but I understand what you mean by that. And I want you to understand that like we're hearing you on this, but also you trying to judge the entire kind of future of how something is going based on a 3-minute video and only a couple minutes of emergence is actually even new footage of it. It just seems like you may be um
the compilation and short are also awful. Like
okay.
because in the past, every new video, the Fubooms show us something new, something different. But compilation is there is nothing new, just 1 minute speech. There is nothing new for viewers, and shorts the same thing. There's nothing new. Like I mean, the problem is not just emergence. The problem is what content are uploading on the Fuboom channel. This is the main channel on Skibidi Fandom that must be good quality, must be the best quality is ever made. Like if you want to
Yeah,
experiment, if you want
but
to show
let-
what you can
let me,
do,
but
I mean,
how do you let me ask you a question. If I appreciate the, as I said before, I appreciate the criticism, but be constructive with your criticism. So just saying it must be the best, that's a good thing to aspire for. You're right. It must be the
I
best.
mean, you can if you
So
want.
how
Like,
give me some constructive criticism that I can go back to the team with and say, hey, Iron Cameraman just told me he wants to see X, Y, and Z. So if you tell me what you're looking for, let us go to the team and put that in there. But just telling me it must be the best, I can't do much with that. I need to give me something very constructive and let's, and again, I can do this here with you. You and I can stay on the Discord one-on-one together, but be a voice of positiveness and give us the constructive criticism and let's get it in there together. Nobody's trying to fail you guys in the process of it. And I want the criticism, but it's not helpful when the criticism is just, it's bad. It was done by a 2-year-old. It's got to be better. Because that's just being a troll. So be very instructive and we'll take your criticism and you'll see it actually kind of work through the episodes as they go forward.
I don't see any action by far. A fandom, I like Plunger, any YouTuber say everything, but it's continue do like that. Like if team actually listen to us, compilation and short will not upload it. I mean, or at least it will be
But let
some
me but let
statement
me
for
but
viewers,
let me
some
tell you
statement.
but let me tell you there's a business reason why those compilations are up there right now. And we have to be you have to be sensitive to us in that I've got to pay for all of this stuff and make sure that all of the resources are here. We can't, this is not a hobby for us, and I don't think it's a hobby for many of you guys. So the reason why the compilations are up right now is because, in full disclosure, because Alexei was not posting as frequently over the last year as he was in 2024 or the start of 2023, the analytics and the business of Skibbity Toilet is definitely something that is plateauing and it's not growing. And what that means is when he wasn't posting for us, then we were losing audience, which is not a great thing as we try to like build this out and make investment into this. One of the places that we were having the most difficult time to retain viewership is in English speaking territories in the US, in Canada, in England, in Australia. These are really important places because as we go and build out a film and TV strategy for the company, we have to have those markets be as big of fandoms as Eastern Europe is, as South America is. And so we need to find ways to invite new audiences, not just fans, not just people who've been there for day one, but new audiences to come into this and to find an entryway into this to understand what's been going on. So some of it may seem reductive or seem repetitive or seem, kind of boring or whatever it is to those of you who've been here from day one. But as the reason why the viewership is up right now is because the viewership's up is because we're starting to see the most significant on ramps of U.S. audience and English speaking audiences that we've seen since Alexei has been posting. So again, it may be a little repetitive, but we need to get the channel to start getting back to the place where it was a few months ago. And we can't do it by putting out a video every 3 months or 4 months or 5 months. It just doesn't, it's not sustainable for anyone in here.
I mean,
Wait,
the main
can I
problem
hop
is
in
you. Yeah. Okay.
really quickly on the compilations too? So you guys kind of get the vibe of like what those are. I know that information is like old news to you people, and like kind of just going off what Adam was saying. Like those are for the people that maybe see these videos popping up and they're like, what the hell is Skibbity Toilet? But as you guys know, there's 79 episodes. It's a lot of content to get through. Like in a much lesser scale for any One Piece fans out there. You're like, okay, watch all thousands of the episodes of One Piece and hop in. That's kind of how we're like approaching the compilations of it all, kind of catching people up so that they can like.
Yeah, I got. It doesn't
feel-
work like that. I mean, you need to show something new that will be like motivation to see that compilation. I mean, the it's not problem. The strategy is good. So let's make more content. Let's do whatever, like to big things. But the problem is quality and the approach. That the people who doing this is there is no they don't understand basic things on Skibidi Toilet. It's not canon. Like I mean, the main problem, if you don't listen Alexei, there's no way Alexei will upload that. Why you would listen us? Like I mean, we with Alexei.
But Ian Cameron, this is where I appreciate where you're coming from. Your Alexei's involved in everything. How do you think we post if Alexei's not involved in this?
Because Alexei literally trolling. Like in part
Yeah.
3, 79, there's literally a meta message. I decoded like and every public message. He not write like straight up, but it's obvious that he won't help. Like he won't say something to us. He actually he, even the post about New Era, like he wrote, they understand DNA of Skibidi Toilet. It's not true. Like it's all trolling. It's obvious. I mean,
Yeah.
we
I
need Alex
I want
back.
I want to encourage you to keep fueling your conspiracy theories. I love it. I love this idea that that you're digging and finding meta messages in it. And maybe you're right and maybe you're wrong. But I think the more that we create more intrigue and more that you're reading into what's going really wrong at Invisible Narratives or whatever it is, like again, if I'm coming across as being defensive and not helpful, then that's not helpful for you. I hope that's not the case. I really I loved your videos last week. I thought they were great. I thought they were smart. And it's funny because I've made a bunch of movies, and in the process of making movies, I'll read criticisms or film critics read, and I learn a lot more about the work that we've done and about what people thought we were aiming for or trying to do. And not necessarily is it always right, but it's always interesting. So I hear you, and as I said, you're judging all of this stuff from one episode worth of work, but just keep giving helpful criticism, and let's see if you could be a part of the solution and not look and say, okay, this is trash. All right, so just to recap, Titan Speaker Man's coming back week from Saturday, new episode. Reach out to me on Instagram. Let's continue these conversations. Iron Cameraman, I want to have a specific conversation with you. If you want to hang out and talk at some point, Dylan can arrange it because I really appreciate your passion for this, and it's something that I want to make sure you understand that I support, and I'm not kind of looking against it. Reach out if you're interested in extra assignments, paid assignments from us. So if there are things that you guys have extra bandwidth for, we're always looking to bring on more resources as we grow this. Viewership is up 28%, 31% as it comes to retention. Retention is everything because whether they like the storytelling or not, they're sticking to the end, which is great. The longer we can get audiences to stick to the end, the more CPM that those videos will get for everyone. So we want to keep seeing that go in the right direction. SFM continues on. New animation pipeline, which we'll start to make some shared resources available to everyone so that we can start to share the 3D models and more storytelling details as stuff come up. Hopefully having a week jump, knowing that Titan Speaker Man is coming back in a week, will give everyone the opportunity, if they're leaning into making content on that. I'll try to get even better on this. As I said, there will be many different arcs, story arcs that will be taking place during the course of it. Alexi is the executive producer of the Emergence series, meaning he's overseeing a much bigger team on this. He's not the day-to-day director. He will be directing very specific episodes that when he does, we will promote those specifically. It'll say, instead of saying from executive producer Boom, it'll say directed by Boom. I think those are the recaps for it. So, Dylan, anything else? Were there any other questions?
Nothing that I can see that we can really address.
Can I just talk on the really quickly, because like on the note of the recaps and that not feeling like Boom, there's gonna be some more posting on the channel, and of course you like everyone is like Alexi's cadence is so burned into all of our brains that obviously it's a little uncomfortable at first when that change happens for anything, but it's just like we're just trying to like show more people what Skibidi is, because you guys know it's like a full epic saga. A lot of people don't, and that's kind of what we're trying to do, is showcase just how insanely insane, but B, like cool and legitimate this series is to everyone. And so those are where those come in. And I know it feels weird and it doesn't feel like it's exactly how it has been over the past 2 years, but we just want to make sure that people take this as seriously as we all do here. And and that way we can build on this story in this world together. That's kind of where the vibe is. I know it's uncomfy. I know it's weird, and we can talk it through like Adam and Dylan were saying, but that's just kind of the vibe of where we're approaching it from. It's not to try and like make it feel like this like big random company. It's more like so many people don't really get what the story of Skibidi Toilet is, and they don't like we just want more people to know how serious this is and how cool this is and what the story actually is, so that they're invested in it and they're like, wait, there's characters, there's lore, there's all of this. So that's where we're approaching it from, just as a brief reminder before we hop off.
Last thing I'll say is I've been through this many times before, and an example is when I was involved with the Transformers movies. So I started the Transformers series, and I bought the rights in 2004, probably before many of you guys were even knew how to operate a animation software or whatever it was, I'm sure. And in 2004, when we bought the rights to Transformers, I was the president of Steven Spielberg's company, which was DreamWorks. And everybody thought it was a terrible idea. They're like, you cannot make a movie about Transformers. It's a stupid idea. In fact, I've said the story before, but there were articles that were written and journalists were saying, this is the worst idea I've ever heard. You can't make a movie about Transformers. It's a toy from the 80s. What's next? Are they going to start making movies about Legos? and I laughed because I knew a friend of mine was at Warner Brothers and they were starting to develop the Lego universe as a film franchise. When it got announced that I had hired Michael Bay to direct Transformers, the fans went apeshit. They're like, this is the worst idea I've ever heard in my entire life. Michael Bay, the director of Armageddon, is going to be directing Transformers. You're ruining my childhood. You don't get it. This isn't Transformers. Throughout the entire process, little nuggets of information would get leaked about, does Bumblebee talk? Does Bumblebee not talk? What does Optimus Prime look like? They're not following the designs of the G1 characters. All throughout that process, we were listening. All throughout that process, we were listening and we were taking note of what was going on. We were getting smart about what was happening. Did we make was Transformers 1 the definitive Transformers movie? I don't know. I thought, not Transformers 1, the animated film. I mean, the very first Transformers movie that Michael directed with Shia LaBeouf. Was that the definitive Transformers movie? Was that the one that the most hardcore fans needed to see and wanted to see? I don't know. I don't know that like the really hardcore fans necessarily thought that was that sort of did the original Japanese Transformers cartoon in the best way. But I know that launched a very successful film franchise for us and grew the audience tremendously. So I've been through this before. Change is always difficult. Iron Cameraman, when you're looking at things and feeling like, I don't understand, you guys have lost your way, Alexi's not involved with it, bring it. Give me the criticism. Let us try to do better in the process of it. We're working with you, not against you. We don't come to work trying to like ruin everyone's like, whatever it is. We're trying really, really, really hard to do this well. Alexi is exhausted and inspired because he's got a lot more of a toolkit and toys available for him to play with right now, and it's different. So it's going to take some time, but we'll figure it out. But I've been through this. I've seen fans rage, and I've seen fans get convinced, and we're just we're 8 or 9 days past that first video, and there's another video coming, and things will just keep getting kind of more evolved from here. All right. So Dylan, unless there's anything else, I'm going to jump to my next meeting. But thanks, guys. If it's not a pain in the ass, if you guys don't mind me joining, I'll keep coming back when Dylan tells me to. Otherwise, I'll stay far away if I'm talking too much.
Welcome whenever, Adam. I appreciate it.
All right.
And for all of you guys, like I said, I'm going to be reaching out to you guys. We're going to be reaching out to you guys. We want to hear from you. But I think it'll be easier to just kind of do it one-on-one with you guys instead of, just a bunch of kind of coming at us from all different ends. So I want to have structured conversations with you guys. I want to hear from you, and I'll be reaching out to you guys. So be on the lookout from that. Cool.
Thanks, guys.